What's up, everyone? Daddy Robux here, and today we are continuing our playthrough of Rime of the Frostmaiden. Karis is the DM through the series, so I'm going to turn it over to her for the recap. Go ahead, Karis.
The Frostmaiden is a cold goddess in every way, including in her interactions with her faithful. She is harsh, merciless, fickle, vain and unrelenting in her desire to cover all the lands of Faerun in a permanent winter. She cares for nothing, not even her own worshippers, and delights in testing creatures against the harsh elements. Savoring their struggles, let's turn that down, and delighting in their eventual surrender to the cold. Those who survive do not earn her respect, but instead gain her ire for thwarting her game. At best, such temerity is rewarded with her indifference. At worst, she redoubles her fury against them. So why does she even have any worshippers? Well, fear and ambition mostly. There is a power in her Arctic embrace, and some people do resonate with her attitude of disdain. Despite their contempt for all others, though, the faithful respect and assist each other. While there are rare power struggles within the hierarchy, they are united in seeing their goddess's vision of endless winter come to fruition. One wonders then why the faithful haven't gathered from all over Faerun to witness their goddess's embrace of the Icewind Dale. Could it be they have grown complacent, inattentive to their patron's signs' importance? The folk of 10 Pounds wish they could be inattentive to Earl's harsh grasp on their lands. They wish they could ignore the dwindling resources and harder conditions just for day-to-day life. Yesterday featured yet another harsh blizzard lasting well through the night, giving plenty of time to ponder the failure of attempts to appease Ariel so far and despair. Our intrepid party, the self-titled adventure capitalists, is stuck in the Tourmaline mines by that very blizzard, accompanied by several odd kobolds throughout that night as they wait out the storm. They did manage to get some sleep, although Tully's wakes to a monotone voice in his head with a buzzing undertone, saying something that he can't quite understand. You are free to move about the cabin.
Well, we're on the the world map, so
That's okay. I mean,
all right.
if you prefer, we can go back to the other map.
No, I mean he's not really gonna move around too much anyway. I guess I'm hearing this voice in my head that I can't quite understand. I mean, what does it sound like? Like, even though I can't understand it, like, what's the tone of voice? The
Sounds
pitch?
dark, harsh, and maybe a little gooey.
Okay, is it kind of repeating what it's saying? Does it appear to be repeating?
If you listen long enough, it does appear to be repeating, and it goes on.
Okay, as it's going, just I'm gonna see if it works. I'm gonna go ahead and cast comprehend languages, so that I can understand any language that I can hear or see.
Thank you for the resub, man. 42 months. Appreciate you for all the time you stuck around, all the support.
Oh, just any Oh yeah. Any written language I see, or any language that I hear.
Is it hearing it? If it's in your head? Ooh.
There is that.
I wonder if I can find. All right, I know where to find it here. Not alloyed down. Emergency protocols enabled. Crew safe but vessel imperiled. Psi crystal needed. Come at once. And it repeats. And it repeats. And you can understand it for an hour.
Okay. I'm gonna in my notebook just create like a boxed off section, and sort of write what it's saying, and then just put like language question mark, and yeah, leave it
Yeah,
at that.
because that doesn't tell you. Yeah, you can understand it, but that doesn't tell you which language it is.
Yep.
You move around a little bit. It seems directional.
Oh, it seems to be coming from somewhere?
Hmm?
Huh. Okay. In that case, I'm going to kind of edge towards whatever direction it seems to be coming from, though I'm not going to leave the party. I'm just going to kind of move around. I guess to everybody else, it would look like that I'm listening for something as I'm walking around.
And on that cue, I'm going to ask him, hey, Tali, what are you doing?
You feeling okay?
I sort of hear something. It seems to be coming from somewhere in here, but I'm not really sure what it is.
Here's something? Is it like a popping noise? Sometimes when I climb up into the hills, my ears will pop and they ring for a bit.
No, this is a spoken message. In a language that, I mean, I wouldn't normally understand, but I have magics to assist with that that seem to work well enough here.
Whatever it offers you, don't take it.
It actually doesn't seem to be offering anything. It just seems to be a repeating call for help, maybe.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
It could be a trap.
That's true. It certainly could be.
So you're hearing voices in your head asking for help.
Yes, I think it might have something to do with the crystal that I found. It mentions something about a psi crystal. The message.
Maybe you should sit down, Tallies. Have you drank anything recently? Any water?
Yes.
Have you eaten?
Yes.
I still think you should sit down. Here, just come over here. I know you're smart and all, but hearing voices in your head isn't normally a good thing.
I'll say telepathically to Pip. Well, it's not always a bad thing either. It depends on the circumstance. But this is I say this telepathically into your head.
Wait, have we had a rest? Are you attuned to the crystal?
Yes, you.
Oh, okay.
Yes, he is.
Oh, that's right. We did. We took a rest inside the mines because of the storm.
Yes, you are just awaking. In fact, not everyone is necessarily awake, because Tallies was still asleep when he started hearing this. It woke him up.
Well, with the commotion going on, Landar's gonna get up and all of a sudden just start walking over towards the kobolds and reach down and pick up a satchel that he just dons on himself, then kind of walk back over and regather all of his belongings and start looking around to help fix some sort of food for the morning.
And one of the kobolds sort of squeals, "You can't take that! You can't take that! Not yours!
Oh, what do you mean? That Trex provided this to me last night.
Hey, Chuz, thank you for the resub, man. 11 months! Almost a
Looks
year
baffled
in.
and looks
Thank you
at the
for
others
sticking
and
around
then
so long.
turns
All the
and
support
looks
you've
at
given.
Trex that
Appreciate
is
that very
just
much.
starting
How
to
are you
wake
doing
up
today?
and isn't quite awake yet.
So this sound, you say it's directional. Where does it appear to be coming from? To sort of where we are, is it coming from more towards like the entrance, or like back the way we came, sort of further down in the mines?
Kind of coming towards the south wall, from the south wall.
Okay, so I guess I'll head over to the south wall, and just I guess I'll make well, assuming it's applicable, maybe some sort of investigation check to see if there's anything that I notice that's out of place. Does that sound reasonable?
Yeah, it does. I'm waiting to see
Okay.
the check.
Oof. Guess I don't know. It's just a stone wall.
Stonewall.
What are you looking for?
I don't know, but this voice that I'm hearing that's repeating, it seems to almost like I'm hearing it coming from a direction, and seems to be coming from sort of this way. I was just seeing if maybe there was some sort of, I don't know, some sort of maybe a secret passage or anything behind this wall.
Thaval, nothing good can come of this. You said over here?
Yeah, just this direction, and I kind of gesture towards the south wall.
Well, help me look. I
Yeah.
don't trust whatever this voice might be leading us to, but I trust leaving it alone even less.
I'm gonna come up and put my hand on whoever who's investigating. I'm gonna say as top is. I'm gonna come up, put my hand on my shoulder. Well, if you find anything, good luck. I believe in you. You got this. I'm gonna give him a little pat. Guidance.
So, would it be investigation with Tale helping and guidance? All right, here we go. Nat
Sounds
one.
like.
Hey, 24.
Hey,
Hey.
So Azatoth does not find anything other than rock wall. And is very convinced there is nothing but rock wall here.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything here, friend. Maybe it's time we take you to a healer. I think that they could make a potion or something to help you with those voices you're hearing.
Oh, was that a cue for me? I mean, I could see what I could do. Tali, maybe you should look down.
yeah, Tully's will
Prescription for all ills.
Tully's will shrug and sort of take a seat, and he'll just say, "Yeah, maybe creating some distance between me and this place will, quiet the voices somewhat. I mean, it's not really that intrusive. It's just that it's repeating, and I was wondering where it was coming from. As I said, it mentions the cypress, and I kind of show them the note that I wrote that basically details what it says.
What does it say? I wanted to write it down for notes.
Too, actually.
It said nautiloid down, something about the crew, and then side crystal was needed. Emergency program enabled. Crew safe. Vessel imperiled. What the hell's a nautiloid?
So So
have
about
no
this
idea.
time, Trex, this is the leader kobold that had the false wings on his back, sort of stretches, sits up, and kind of looks around and speaks to the other kobolds in Draconic. And so Tully's, you would.
Yeah, he's still
I
under
had people
comprehend
give me their
languages.
languages earlier. Oh, he saw his comprehend languages up too. Yeah,
I do speak Draconic anyway, but yeah.
and he says, "So shouldn't we be on our way in Draconic?" And the other three are clearly surprised. And they immediately start getting up and scrabbling around and gathering their things.
Yeah, I guess Tally's will approach him and say, is there something the matter?
You say that in Draconic, I assume? Or do you say
No,
that in Common?
I'll say it in Common. He seemed displeased when I was speaking to him in Draconic before, so I thought you disliked using the Draconic tongue.
He looks you up and down, and he stands up tall and sort of fidgets something with the wings on his back. And says in Draconic, "I don't think I need to speak with you." And he turns to move over towards the other kobolds.
All right. Yeah, Tally's will look a little quizzically, and then he'll respond in Draconic. I suppose you don't need to speak with me, but why the sudden hostility?
For real. These kobolds want to get gotted.
Perhaps they know something about it.
Just think
Well, perhaps they
we're
just
to leave, yes, we're to leave, yes, and we shall be on our way. We're
Yeah.
leaving, he says to the other kobolds, and they all start moving out towards the hallway.
I mean, so Tally's is really bad at this in general, but he's going to try and insight the kobold and try and figure out, like, what's going on? Why is his attitude suddenly different?
Okay, give me your insight. He's clearly different. There's something different.
Does he seem
You can't
afraid?
really put your finger on it.
Just ask him. That'll go well.
When he was talking with Ali's, he was fidgeting with his wings. I want to look closely at them and see if they're actually real wings or not.
I thought they were obviously like fashioned
Made out of, like,
together.
wood.
They're obviously cobbled together and not very well done at that, yes. I don't think with that, I don't think you have the insight to tell Ali's for sure if he's afraid. There's something off. That part is obvious enough.
Okay, I guess I'll turn back to the party and say, well, the kobolds seem to be in a rush to go, but I don't know what it is. They at least Trek seems to be having a slightly more hostile tone than before, and seems
They were
explain
in
why.
a rush to go last night too, even in the blizzard. They've always been in a rush to go.
Yeah, I mean, we did.
Kobolds- One of the kobolds says in common to Trex that we'll check. We'll run ahead and check if the blizzard is clear. And Trex snaps in Draconic. Draconic should be good enough for anyone. It is the language. And the kobold he's addressing looks clearly startled and then runs to check if the blizzard is clear. Go ahead, Dark.
So, I'll kind of, assuming that nobody else speaks Draconic, Tally's will kind of say, so he's now I guess, speaking in only Draconic, saying that Draconic is the language to speak and is good enough for everybody. He seems totally different to how he was yesterday. Completely so.
Well, yeah, but they're kobolds. I mean, we did promise that they'd meet up with another clan in town, so they might just be in a rush to get there.
I suppose.
Tip's gonna move up besides Tally's. Hey, Tally's?
Yes.
You know, when we came here, I wasn't feeling my best, and I was kind of out of it. Who are the kobolds, and where are we again?
So we were investigating this mine because we heard that there were some kobolds and some monsters here that needed clearing up.
Yeah.
So the kobolds that we found were kind of hiding out down here. They were chased from where they live by something or other and decided to take shelter here. We said that we could take them back to Tourmaline, where there's another group of kobolds that we could introduce them to, and they could probably find work and be able to live. Trex was a little different than normal kobolds. He pointedly refused to speak Draconic and said that was adamant that kobolds were as civilized as any humanoid and should act accordingly. Today his actions seem totally different. I'm not entirely sure why.
And we're all stuck in here because of a blizzard?
Yes, there was a blizzard blowing when we originally left, but we managed to find our way here. We figured that traveling back would probably be a better idea with clear weather rather than risking another blizzard.
And Trex is the one with the dumb-looking wings, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Why does he have wings?
Nobody knows. Nobody's asked him.
It's likely a symbol of power among, like many tribal chiefs wear larger and fancier sort of headdresses and outfits as a symbol of their station. This is likely a similar manifestation.
Thank you. So.
Yep. Thank you, Spartan, for the better recap.
So Landar's actually going to try and help usher the kobolds towards them. He's like, just keep going towards the blue clan. That's where the clan for the kobolds were that are unionizing to help mine the mines. Yes. Just keep going. As he tries to usher them out and turn his attention back to the group. So, this voice you say, do you still hear it?
Is it still going? Yeah. Yeah, I do still hear it. As I said, it doesn't appear to be overly intrusive, but it's certainly persistent.
After a couple of minutes, one of the kobolds comes back and kind of tugs on Landar's cloak. The weather has cleared, and he ducks and heads back out.
I'm gonna stop the kobold before he leaves. Excuse me.
Yes?
I'm gonna crouch down. So, why does the Trex was his name, right?
Trex.
Yeah.
Trex, our great leader.
What?
Yes.
Yeah, your great leader. Why does he have the wings?
To be more like our goddess, to be more like our dragon patron.
That's such an obvious answer. I don't know how I didn't see it sooner.
Well, you're clearly not very smart. Anyways, speaking of, I need to go. And he scuttles off.
Did I just get insulted by the kobold?
You did.
I did.
Yep.
Yes.
Kobolds throwing shade.
So Landar's actually going to turn around, getting the news that the blizzard is cleared, and just tell the party, it's like, well, we got kind of two choices. We could stay here and investigate the voice, or we can leave. The kobold just informed us that the blizzard is gone.
I for one, would say we move as far from that voice as possible. The passageway that Tale says he senses seems to be closed to us, or we can't find our way to it. So let's just leave angry mountain beasts be and follow the kobolds out of this mine.
So it's likely that distance will quiet the voices. If not, then I suppose it might be an idea to come back.
You keep saying voices. Is it multiple? Or is it just
No,
one?
the voice, the message, I guess I'd call it.
Guys, is that more concerning or less concerning?
It depends.
Is it worse to hear multiple or one?
I am convinced that this is some malevolent force, but
Ollie,
the
are
way
you
he
sure this is
describes
in
it,
your
it
own
sounds
voice?
like a cry for help. I don't trust it.
It's certainly not my own voice. For one, it was speaking in a language that I don't understand without the use of certain magics of mine. But the use of the language does translate the words well enough, and it does just seem to be a repeating call for help of some sort. I'm not exactly sure what all of it means, but that's what it appears to be. Anyway, shall we away?
Yes, to Tourmaline? Where are we going?
Tourmaline.
Tourmaline.
We're in
yeah.
Tourmaline. That's where the mine
We're in
is.
Tourmaline.
You're outside
Yeah.
Tourmaline. You're outside Tourmaline. So as you leave, the day is indeed clear and as bright as Icewind Dale ever gets these days. You can see the tracks of the kobolds as they headed towards Tourmaline.
Yeah, where did that come from?
Where did what?
It just got really loud.
Oh,
The
yeah,
music in the lobby.
Right. Yeah, I turned it down now. It should be better.
Yeah.
I'm still, yeah. Anyways, so you guys are heading down. Tallies, as you come out of the mine, you still hear the voice coming from a southerly direction. It does not appear to come from down in the mines. It appears to come from a southerly direction of where you are now. And it continues.
So as we're going up, and we get further from the mine, and I hear it, but the direction seems to be coming from south. I guess I'll turn to the party. Is it still as loud as it was before?
Yes.
Okay. So as we're putting distance, I say, well, as we're putting distance away between us and the mine, I am still hearing the message, although the message doesn't actually appear to be coming from the mine so much as further from the south. Perhaps I was just hearing it coming from a southerly direction, and it was just south through the mine's walls, but it's actually just further south from where we are.
I don't like
now
that.
You're hearing it from south?
Well, I always heard it from a southerly direction. That's why we investigated the southern wall in the camp, because I heard it coming from a southerly direction. But now that we're out of the mine, I still hear it coming from a southerly direction, not from the direction of the mine. So it appears wherever it is from. It could be from further south of the mine.
I'm gonna step over in front of Tally's. I'm gonna put my hand on his head, on his forehead. Is he burning up?
No.
Checking him for a fever.
Oh, I'm gonna
Does not
cast.
seem. You see no symptoms of feverishness.
Okay, Allie, one more thing. Bear
He's
with me.
clearly hallucinating.
I'm gonna cast light on my finger. Okay, I need you to follow me.
As you do, Tally's actually like squints because we've just come from like being in a cave and you've got like a light that gives like 20-foot bright and 20-foot dim light radiating from the end of your hand away from my face. I'm like, that's a little bright. Why don't you just hold up your finger without the light, eh?
No, this is key. Now, keep your eyes open. Okay, squint.
I feel like you're not qualified to do this.
Oh, I'm not. It's kind of fun. I'm going to stop listening to you now. But
Now, we should probably possibly check this issue out. If Talus is hearing this, then, whatever it is must be very powerful to be connecting with him. We should make sure that it's not something that's going to eventually find us.
It's true. I mean, to be fair, once we've done with our business in Tourmaline, we were planning on heading south towards Targos anyway. I mean, Targos is towards the southwest, but
I will once again object a very strongly that we investigate the source of this voice. I had an experience before with a disembodied voice. Well, we've traveled enough. I feel I can trust you. But this experience ended up ruining my life. It's why I'm no longer with my tribe. I don't think we should meddle with forces we don't understand. What is a nautiloid? Has any of you heard that word before?
No, I can't say I have.
Then we should let it be.
But they're asking for help. So if we help them, that could be a reward.
Perhaps when we get to Tourmaline, we can investigate and probably ask around if anybody's heard of a nautiloid before.
It's about a half hour to get to Tourmaline.
Heading to town certainly isn't the worst idea that we've had. We can drop off these fellows and then we can decide what to do next.
Kobolds went on ahead.
No!
I mean, I'm fairly confident
you
we
can
could
hustily
probably.
catch up to them. They only left a few minutes before you did.
Yeah,
Yes,
and they're like
yes,
they're
Pip,
kobolds.
you completed
They're
a long
pretty
rest.
small.
Hey, I'm supposed to
The
be
kobolds are
their
pretty small, so we should catch up.
I'm supposed to be their union manager. How are they gonna get into the labor union without me, huh?
Okay, do we really want to go back to Tourmaline this soon after leaving Tourmaline?
I mean, we gotta collect our rewards. Because with the mine cleared, the kobolds can get back to work. The Burgomeister, the speaker, he's gonna. Don't we have a reward from him for getting the mine back in business? Oh God, hold on. Notes. Notes.
Yeah, it was going to be 50 gold pieces.
So what? We're right here.
But we've also managed to get a bunch of some gems and stuff, didn't we? That we can sell in town, or maybe sell somewhere else.
No, we don't want to sell them here. We do
Indeed.
not want to go to the gem shop here.
We can at least get our rewards from there, and then finish up our business in Tourmaline, and then we have more business in Targos because we needed to collect our rewards from the other people we were escorting. So we can head towards Targos, and then maybe we can sell the gems there.
Yes. So, okay. Going to Tourmaline, the kobolds that were in the mine, I thought they were going to reward us for connecting them with the other kobolds. Then the speaker's going to give us our 50 gold. And then that's where we are. Then we go to Targos to collect our money from Garrett and Paralu. And then investigate this voice.
I mean,
Sounds like a great plan.
And somewhere in all of that, we're going to form a corrupt labor union, establish laws that tax the workers heavily, and then make a profit that will go for us. Yeah.
still don't know how I feel about most of this.
You don't have to know about it. You just stay over there. Hey, we are doing... Listen, I guess I have to try and sell you now. So we are providing a much-needed service for the city of Tourmaline. We're restarting the local economy. We're finding work for disenfranchised peoples, and we're providing revenue that can be used for a sacrifice to Oral. Now, we so happen to make a little coin in the process. There's no harm in all of this. And who's really victimized at the end?
What do you mean make a little coin? I thought we were going to make a lot of coin.
Well, yes, we're going to make half of whatever the kobolds earn.
Cairo, do you not have like a prop like?
I figure just let them get it out of their system.
After all, if the kobolds are earning like one silver every 10 days now, but in the future they're earning 3 silver a day. Even if we were to take half of that, they're still making much more than they made before.
Exactly.
Their lives are much better. We just happen to be rewarded for improving their lives.
You know, I can't argue with that.
That's right. So instead, you're just going to here, look, a piece of jerky, and let's keep moving.
I will gladly take that.
That's what I'm going to do now. Every time we start doing something questionable and you object, be like, hey, look, a piece of candy.
Right, so we return to Tourmaline. Me behind the Tourmaline map. There's the Tourmaline map. Okay. So obviously you're coming in on the road from the gem mine.
Yes. And to the town hall? I think that's where the kobolds were last protesting, and that's where the speaker is, so...
That's where the speaker is. The kobolds weren't protesting there yet. The kobolds had been at the Blue Clam, but yes, they were moving to the town hall.
Yeah, they were
convinced
taking the fight to the man at the behest of somebody. I don't know who would have told them to do that. So, walking into the town hall, we're just going to, well, before we open the door, I'm gonna look at the more dour members of our party. Now, just leave this to me. And then I'm gonna thrust the doors open as we stride victoriously inside, arms held out in victory. We have solved your problem at the mine.
The attendant at the front desk looks at you kind of blankly.
Where's the speaker?
I'm sorry?
We have an agreement, and I wish to have words with him.
Speaker Matthew is in conference right now. Can I take a message?
No need. I'll go see him. We would start walking.
But he's no, but he's no, you
No,
can't.
no,
You
you don't
wait.
need to
It's
stress
just something
yourself.
gets in-
I know the way.
but and as you go barging into the room, she's behind you going, speaker, I'm so sorry. I tried to stop them. I couldn't help it.
Stop
And
them.
he looks up practically mid-word. He's speaking with another gentleman. Looks up mid-word. I beg your pardon.
Hi. Kay Lilio, we have business to conclude, and I have the best of news for you.
Can't wait 15 minutes?
Can't they wait
No,
15
no.
minutes?
Our business is much more important than whatever this may be.
And the gentleman across the way, who looks like sort of a prosperous merchant, huffs, says, "Who are you to come barging in when I've got business with the mayor? Or with the speaker, sorry."
Oh. Have we not been introduced? I am Azatoth Fraudbearer Okungahumushi. I am an adventurer, and these are my companions. We have cleared your mine of its monsters, and made it so that your town can once again prosper and return to work.
He turns to the speaker. "You know what? I'll reschedule." And he leaves the room.
You see? It is as I had said. Our business is more important.
Can you sit down?
Oh, no thanks. I will stand.
Okay.
So,
You were saying you cleared out the mines?
yes. And I have doubled your workforce.
Doubled my workforce.
Yes.
Okay. So you understand I will want to have it verified that you've cleared out the mines, and you can stay here in town a few more days while I send a party to check that, right? I believe you have rooms at the east side?
Is our word not good enough for you? I am insulted. We had an agreement, and we have upheld our end of the bargain. We seek our payment now.
I do trust you completely, but of course it is perfectly reasonable for me to verify that.
Well then,
Why not ask the kobolds that were inhabiting the mine in the first place? Since they're all here, it's clear they're no longer infesting your mine, and they're actually willing to work for you.
I don't see any kobolds with you?
They should just be outside. We brought them with us into town.
There already were kobolds in town.
now there's
They've
twice
been
as many.
protesting. Twice as many? You brought another 30 kobolds.
Is it that many? Well, no.
You heard him. 3 kobolds.
There is 1/16 as many.
Yeah, we brought the extra kobolds that were infesting the mine. They should just be outside. You can verify it. Well, yes, we traveled into town with them, and we said to them that if they come to town and they wish to work for instead of taking shelter and scaring you people, they could do that. Obviously, that increases your workforce and gets rid of the problem with the kobolds. We also dealt with 1 or 2 minor inconveniences that were in the mine.
Such as? This does sound interesting.
Well, there was,
Monsters. Lots of them. Just voracious eating monsters with beaks on top of massive brain-like protrusions, with tentacles that droop down from the ceiling to the floor. There were dozens of them, which we have slain. And now your mind is clear.
You have tokens from these carcasses.
Didn't someone take the beak? Or am I confused? I think I'm confused.
Yeah, I'm sure I remember hearing somebody said they took the beat.
Well, in our tribe, we have a saying. It is Alakthala Kualgamala. It means that we hunt the herd one animal at a time. So, if we are required to show you that the mine is empty in order to be paid, I'm going to start striding forward and reach to grab him by the arm and start dragging him towards the door. Then we will go to the mine and I will show you that we have upheld our end of the bargain. But, you can pay us or we can show you. What is it?
Let me get someone from the town guard and we shall come.
Nope, we'll go now.
Sure. Well, we can go now, but do let me bring a couple of people along, not just me. Otherwise, the townspeople might think you were kidnapping me. You want to avoid the appearance of such a dreadful thing, don't you?
Do I?
What difference would it make? You're only going to be gone for a couple of hours.
Oh god, no. I need to get out of here quick.
Okay, so he gets out, he steps past you towards the door, talks to his secretary, mutters a couple of words to her, and she leaves the building. They shall be here momentarily. It should only take her 5-10 minutes at most to fetch them.
You should have told him to meet us at the gate as I start pushing him towards the door.
Okay. Let me get my coat. And he goes and he pulls him. There's a coat stand that he gets all of his winter gear and his gloves and everything on. And it's a good thing the weather is much clearer today than it was yesterday.
Really
I'm
committed
sure
to the
he
bit,
could.
huh? You know, you
And
could just
behind
pay
him,
us what you
he's
owe.
got his snowshoes, and he's got his coat on. He's got his snowshoes handy.
Is she really gonna make us do it? All right, let's drag him to the mine.
Correction, let's escort him to the mine.
So, yes, of course. It's not kidnapping. He's going on his own. How silly of me.
And two, as you're heading towards the edge of town, towards the road out, two humans come scrambling up, looking like they're attired as town guards.
If you're coming, you should hurry up.
Yep, they're scrambling. We're coming. It's like, yes, we're here. We're here. Ah, bright day, isn't it? Good day for a nice brisk walk. Shall we?
Indeed.
So, I would like, because it's only, you said it's like an hour travel, half-hour travel?
Half hour one way.
Okay, see, that's nothing. We're going to make it a fast pace. Like, full stop, no breaks.
The speaker's trying to make it look like, he's making some of these decisions and keeps pace with you.
We're basically just dragging him through the snow.
And we managed to get up there in 23 minutes and 40 seconds.
Oh, good time. So once we get there, we'll travel through the mine all the way down to where we fought the Grell. And I would imagine...
I need some, athletics or acrobatic checks as you go across the weakened
son of a bitch.
catwalk.
That ruins
Roll,
everything.
do one roll for them.
Well-
Average for the speaker and the two town guards.
The speakers go over the rickety bridge?
He's verifying. Yes, it's like, I wouldn't ask anyone to go where I'm not willing to go myself.
Ah. Excellent.
Good man.
Well, I won't go. I've done this job twice already, and my weight is a bit extreme, so I will let you travel to the other side and see the monsters.
Okay, so Andwise is going across with.
Yep.
As we go over to the bucket to go down, who all is there with the speaker and the town guards?
Tollies will go with them.
Okay.
Lendar staying back.
Oop. as I kind of trip on the weakened part of the bridge, I'm going to go ahead and throw a web out and catch myself.
Ah.
Oh, great. I'm gonna stay back with
Web!
Okay. You do that as a reaction?
As he
no,
after he
it
casts
was
that,
an action.
I'm going to look at the speaker and say, you might want to bring in some crews to reconstruct some of the bridges. They're a little bit beat up from the monsters below.
I'm seeing that, yes. Okay, so we have Handwise, Tallies, who else?
I guess, do you want me to make a deck save to, like, not fall?
Yeah.
Okay.
To manage to get the webbing under you. Average is probably good enough. And so as you get to the other side, the speaker kind of looks back, and
Hello, Taryn. 34 months. We're almost at
sighs,
3
and he
years,
gets in
dude.
the bucket.
Thank you so
and
much
goes
for
down.
sticking around and for the constant
And when
support.
all
How
five
the hell
of
are
you
you today?
are down below. It's like, I really believe you guys. I really believe. Do we? We don't have to go through the whole thing. I mean, you say this place is clear of monsters, and you're just right here with me, and you show no concern.
No. You haven't seen the dead body yet. We're not finished with this tour yet. You still got a dead body to see.
Lead on. Is there a dead body for him to see? As I recall, Azotos tossed it down to the Underdark. There
No.
might be some goo remaining.
I didn't think I did.
No, neither do I. I don't remember.
The only thing I remember plummeting to the Underdark was almost me. That was...
Okay. I thought you took the body and threw it through the because there's a small gap, and you took it and threw it through there.
Didn't somebody throw, like, a light down there on a rock to
That
see
was
how deep
back
it
at the
was?
main shaft. All right.
Okay.
So, all right. So there's a body there. We'll say there's a body there. And he kind of comes up. So you lead the way over to there, and that was on the second level, I believe. Good. Dead monster. Excellent. Yeah. Okay. Back now? Verified? Good? All good? Looks at Andwise?
If it's good enough for you.
As long as you accept that it's verified that we actually cleared it.
I accept that it's verified. We, you have earned the reward and the thanks of the town of Tourmaline. Absolutely, yes. Let's go back up.
Just think how warm you'd be sitting in your office if you'd believed us the first time.
You are absolutely right. Absolutely right. You can never be too careful in my position at all. But yes, such trustworthy folks as you lot, obviously, yes.
I would have thought a man in your position would be a better judge of character than to know that he couldn't wonder whether or not he could trust such people as us.
That barb clearly hits. Yeah. Okay, and so we make our way back up and back across the catwalk. Well done. Well done. I can see you are capable professionals here.
Yes, of course. Now, about our payment. I say
Yeah.
as I step in and block its way.
It is back in my. I do not carry. My pockets would be sagging to the ground if I was carrying 50 gold in my pockets. It's back at the town hall. We shall get it out of the treasury. Yes. Right? Right?
You can see Azathoth clearly looks at the speaker and at the giant hole he's currently standing next to.
And I assume we're going to get more cardio here. I'll have gotten a workout for the day. It's a nice day out for the Icewind Dale. It's all good, right? Come on, friend. Let's head back. And he slaps Azathoth on the arm.
Hey, Azathoth.
Yes.
Surely the walk over here must have been, there's an expense for that, right?
Mm-hmm. The inconvenience of having to haul ourselves back here a second time. Surely we should be compensated for that.
The inconvenience of my having to do this on your schedule and not on my schedule. I have a busy day planned, and now you're going to put me 2 hours behind. The town should be compensated for this.
He's good.
I wonder, theoretically, if you were to fall into this hole, how much the town would spend mourning you and on the expenses for your service.
Not a copper.
Oh, that's sad.
Of
course, I'm joking, though, friend. I clap him back on the shoulder. Ha!
Ha! And he almost falls into the chasm. Anyways, shall we return to the town so that you can get your justly earned reward?
Yes, of course. Here, and I grab him by the collar and yank him off of the bridge. Don't want you to fall into the hole now.
Excellent. I'm glad we're agreed on that. Yes. Yeah, good. Okay. Any interactions of note on the way back, or shall we just scurry our way back to town?
I imagine it's going to be like a very thick ice, just silence the whole way back.
Everyone's just mad.
The Speaker Master's a politician. He'll try and keep up some small talk. So, what are your plans now? That are you going to stay here in Tourmaline a while? Oh well, I mean, after that will be 24 minutes from now. You shall have your reward in your hand.
Leaving.
Yeah, leaving this little town.
We've got business in Targos and another reward to collect over there.
Ah, so apparently you find whatever it is you do quite rewarding. Good. You're leaving for Targos. Good. Do remember to pass on to Speaker Maxtilarm the message that I gave you before.
Yes, of course.
I really think he will love your tax plan. Truly, he will. And the speaker's clearly thinking, good, that means they're not going to be here at our town meeting. Good. Okay, so we get back to town, and he does have, kind of a show out in the front part of the town hall, and it's like, the heroes of our town who have cleared the mines shall resume operations just as soon as we get in and do a few repairs and all, and the town of Tourmaline is ever grateful for your efforts on our behalf. And as a result, I do bestow upon you our reward. And he goes over and he gets them. Here.
I'm going to reach out and take it.
Okay. He's making a speech. And
as he's making a speech, I clearly open the bag and look inside.
Yep, and it glitters with gold, yes. And all the people around are clapping, and a little bit of cheers for the town heroes. And then people just go back to work. And he says, okay, Esther, next meeting. And he heads back into his office.
So, So, we could find these kobolds? Or do we
Yeah.
have any need to see them before the mine is back in business?
I suppose we should just reiterate that they should integrate with the other kobolds and maybe go to the speaker and, you know. I think the Trex seems to be a little bit more. Have a little more tact about him than some of the other
I
kobolds,
need
so
to
maybe
open
he
my
can negotiate
dashboard so I can
better
see
on their
what you
behalf,
just did.
assuming that we tell him what to say.
How does Azathoth take that idea?
Okay. I was distracted because I was trying to break up 50 gold in 6 ways. So I actually didn't hear it. You got me.
It is the full 50. It is the full 50 gold.
Okay.
Tully said that well, we can find Trex, and since he has seems to be a little bit more intelligent than the other kobolds, he could negotiate on their behalf. We can just sort of reiterate to them to integrate with the other kobolds and then negotiate for better employment and whatnot.
Oh no. I just read what you did. Okay. Alright, well, Karis, I'm sorry. So, I guess in the bottom of the bag, we're gonna find something else that was hidden in there.
Normally by accident, I'm sure.
Yeah.
What was it there?
Either that or it's either that or maybe it's payback for all the threats against his life. It looks like a card.
Oh no.
Yep. And it says
Okay.
my character. Okay, so it is my character. So looking as I'm sorting out the gold, I'm going to take this card, I'm going to pick it up, I'm going to look at it, and reference the chart. It is the sun. What does the sun do?
Doesn't sound good.
It's not
That's a
one
good
that
question. What does this?
it's not one we've had before, so I don't recognize it.
Okay.
I got it. You. What?
Okay, wait. That's.
So that.
What?
All right. So we will work that out. I pull the card. The sun shines briefly and momentarily. Oh, what's that do? And then it's gone. And Azathoth is left wondering what the hell just happened. It's probably something mysterious to apply over the next break as we sort out the madness.
Jesus.
Yes.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay. Well, 50 gold indeed. Oh my.
I thought for sure I was going to burn up into a crisp.
I'm taking everyone in the office and we'd say, okay, campaign over. All right. So that happened. You guys leave the town hall?
Yes. Going along with Tale's plan. Heading to Chargos.
Yep, Targo.
With Azathoth going,
Alright, so
going
you are-
Super Saiyan on the way.
So, let me switch to the Icewind Dale map. Where did I put you guys? There we go. Okay. It is 4 hours from Tourmaline to Targo. So you do not stop by the Kobolds on your way out? Azathoth's a bit
yeah.
distracted.
Yeah, we'll stop by the kobolds on the way back.
So as you step out of the town hall, you can see the table that there was like 2 days ago, and or yesterday or whenever that was. Anyways, the table and all, and you can see that there's more pieces of paper and they're neatly stacked this time. It's still a pretty thin stack. They have maybe 15 now. And you see 2 kobolds arguing and about another 6 or so gathered around, one of which you recognize from the mines, and it's not Trex.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll kind of muster over, and in Draconic I'll say, are the rest of you here?
They all turn and look and say, the rest of who? The rest of us? I mean, we're the central committee.
I'm talking to the one, specifically to the one. I'm not like addressing the group. Just the one that I recognize from the mine.
Okay. And that would be Greg. Rest of us. Oh, Trex in attendance. No, Trex nominated me delegate. Delegate,
Okay.
that's the right word? Delegate.
And where are Trex and the others?
With other kobolds.
I see.
I think we're gonna vote. Vote, that's the right word? Vote.
Yes.
We're gonna vote Trex our leader. Yes.
Okay, and make sure that Trex knows if you vote him for a leader that he's gotta, he has to do his best for you guys. Make sure that you guys get paid properly, and I'll get a good wage. Don't take less than 2 silver a day.
That's right. We need to make sure that the kobolds are fairly compensated.
And Greg is looking puzzled. 2 silver per day for what?
For
And
working.
the other one of the other kobolds next to him says, for our wages for working in the mine. And Greg seems still a little behind, hasn't quite caught up yet. It's like, oh, okay.
You see, Greg, you and the other kobolds, you work in the mine. You dig up rocks, shiny rocks for all the other people, and they give you silver coins. And then you can use the silver coins to buy food and other shiny things that you want to keep. So,
Right. Yes, we're doing that. Trex is a good leader.
so make sure everyone knows 2 silver a day, and don't take anything less than that. Try to get 3. Try to get 3 silver a day, but if not, go down to 2.
Okay. And he looks a little befuddled, but the others around him are all nodding. They all understand perfectly. Yes.
Okay. Well, good luck, and remember that you have to take half of what you earn. So put it to one side, and when we come back to town, you give it to us.
Give it to Trex.
No, to us, to me and Azathoth and the others. So you keep half,
And the
we
others
keep
are
half.
kind of nodding. They're nodding, not quite as energetically as they were.
Because then when we come back, we can try and see if we can get you more money. So you keep giving us money, and then we keep trying to get you more money and find better ways for kobolds to get more coins for less work.
Trex will give us this.
And we make sure that kobolds are treated well.
And the other kobolds are looking a little uncertainly at Greg.
I'm sure you guys will handle it. You guys know what to do, right? And I kind of look at all of them.
Yes. And they all say yes. They know what to do.
Okay.
And then immediately start squabbling among themselves about what to do.
Yeah, I'll just leave them to it.
Okay, heading south. It is 4 hours to Targos. So you're going to go into, let's see, so we're at mid-morning now, mid to late-ish morning now. So Targos would be mid-afternoon, maybe a little bit later if you stop for lunch on the road.
Yeah, sounds reasonable. We'll have a break midday.
Are you actually going to go into Targos?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if nothing happens during travel, then we definitely
Nothing
would.
happens during travel this time.
So
Okay.
one thing that tallies will be keeping an eye on is as we're heading south and then we start turning towards the west. Does the direction of the voices change? Or the voice change?
So from here, it's like from about here on the road, it's this way. So the further west you go, it goes a little bit towards the southeast.
Okay, so from here it was like what sort of southerly direction, and as we got further south,
From
and
here, it was almost, from Tourmaline, it was almost due south.
okay, and as we get over here, it's kind of more like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yeah, before we get to Targos, I'll say, so the message that's repeating seems to be heading, seems to be a little bit towards the southeast from here. So based on where Tourmaline is and where Targos is, and the direction that I'm kind of hearing it, it seems to be a fair trek to the south, maybe even as far as those mountains.
And actually, I think Junior had a good idea. Why don't we take a quick 2-minute bio break?
Yes, I would like that. All
And I
right,
can refill my cup.
be right back.
We shall be right back.
Okay, I'm back. I see Karis is back. There's the boy.
Yep, Junior, the party followed you. We took a 2-minute bio. while we're here, I'm going to move the players to the Mood Targos map. Or atmosphere. And if we go into town, I will move them to the Targos town map.
Yes. Okay. So I remember when we set that up, right? Like, we removed the ones that could be like campaign ending, but there are definitely character ending ones, right? So it's not like everything is good. I don't remember which ones are and are not, though. The alignment switch is in there. We know common is in there because we pulled that before. Don John is in there.
Okay.
So is Urail.
So
I got
we are
Urail before too,
outside
didn't
of
I?
Targos, which is one of the cities in the 10 towns that's encircled by a wooden wall. Targos is probably the largest town. Bryn Shander might be a little bigger. Hard to say. But as we come up to Targos in the mid to late afternoon, it's getting quite dusky. Are you actually going to go into Targos?
I would assume so.
If,
See why
yeah,
we
if
wouldn't.
we have the option.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there like a main gate that we would need to approach?
Yes, there is. Let's move to the Targos map. Oh, fuss. It's got the lighting on, doesn't it? I'm sorry.
I got it.
Thank you. So we are coming in the south gate. Down here. You guys can see now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would it be the south gate? Because we were coming from... Oh, right.
Yeah.
Because the
See
road...
see the roads?
Yeah.
Because Targos is actually up a little bit on a hill, the main part of it. And you can see the wall encircles even most of the harbor.
Gotcha.
Although the harbor, when you get to a place where you can see the harbor is quite frozen over. So, you're coming into town. There are a couple of town guards that standing at the main gate. They don't seem to be checking it. They just sort of seem kind of bored and looking for trouble. They're not interrogating anyone. They're not charging anything. They just watch as you go in. And along with other traffic going in and out. Stamping their feet a little bit, shifting in the cold.
Landor will actually walk up and ask them, where's your closest tavern? And inn.
Closest tavern? Or do you want one that caters to visitors?
No, one that caters visitors would be nice.
Well,
Do all of your
you can
taverns
either
not
go-
allow visitors?
Well, they allow visitors, but some of them are more like I just put that. Are more catering to locals. The locals hangouts rather than. You know how that is. In any town, it's like that. So, the biggest one, the most prominent one around here is the Luskin Arms, and just the Luskin Arms, and he gives you directions to that. There's also a tavern that I can recommend down near the docks called Three Flags Sailing, and he gives you directions to that. He gives you directions to that. There we go.
Leonard is going to turn to the party. He's like, we were supposed to meet up at the Luskin Arms to receive our payment. We should probably head to that one.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Let us move.
Okay. So you head over to the Luskin Arms, which is doing, as getting towards early evening and all, it's starting to get fairly brisk business you see coming in and out. As you step in the door, however, there's kind of what appears to be the hallway that goes down to the rooms. And there's actually quite a crowd of people down that way, kind of muttering and grumbling and trying to, it's almost like they're in line to see somebody, but they're not really in line. They're sort of mobbing to try and see somebody.
What's going on up here?
And a woman standing near the end said, "Sorry, what was that?"
What's everyone trying to see?
Oh, well, we're trying to talk to the speaker. We want to find out what we're going to do about the sacrifices to Ariel. I mean, this stuff hasn't been working, and there's other proposals around that, and we got... it's just... We're just not satisfied that the speaker's doing enough, and he's not talking enough to the other towns, and it's been 2 years, and this stuff just isn't working. We got to try something else. And not only that, somebody's saying it's not even Ariel that's causing this problem. It's a big mess, I tell ya. Were you wanting to see the speaker too?
We were.
Oh, well, you're in line behind me. I'm ahead of you.
I look down at them and I kind of smile, and then I start trying to push my way through the crowd to make my...
And she gets in front of you and is trying to elbow you out of the way. It's like, hey, you can't take my spot. I was here first. I have been here for 20 minutes already, and you just got here. Why do you get to barge right in? And a gentleman said, yeah, hey, I was here first too. I mean, and we got all these people ahead of us. No fair, you don't get to go. If you want to talk with the speaker, you just get in with the rest of us here. I mean, we're all talking about the same thing.
Well, you see, you said that you thought the speaker has not done enough to coordinate with the other towns, right? We just came from Tourmaline. We have business to conduct with the speaker. Important business about the sacrifice.
Okay, well, we're all talking about the sacrifice.
Yes.
Yeah, what she said.
But
you could just be with all of us. Maybe we could get the speaker out here and have sort of a town meeting.
absolutely. Let me through and I will drag him out so that we can talk to him.
And they kind of look at each other. Let this guy through! He's gonna bring the speaker out to us! And suddenly you've got almost a mob stuff. The way sort of splits. It's a fairly narrow hall. I mean, it looks like a hall to normal inn rooms on one side. It's like, bring the speaker out! Bring the speaker out!
So,
yeah, get the speaker out!
When they part to let us through, I'm gonna kind of, tell the rest of the party, let's go. And then we're gonna work our way to the front, to the building. Are we able to make it inside?
Well, you were actually in the building before, so you're making your way up to the one room that's kind of most ornately decorated there.
And is that room closed, or is it just open also?
Well, the door's kind of closed, and right in front of it stands a bother. I hate looking things up in multiple places. Stands a tiefling. That's the word. A large, well-armored tiefling who stands in front and says, "Just go to the town hall and keep your distance here. Let's deal with this stuff in an orderly manner."
I need you to let us through, sir.
No. He's not showing. This is show to players.
Why are you?
This is the guy. He says, no. The speaker is not seeing anyone this evening. He is on important town business. I keep telling all of you, just go to the town hall,
Look,
make an appointment. He
we're
will
not
speak
with
with
them.
people tomorrow. You're not what?
We're not with them. We've come from
What do you mean
Termalade.
you're not with them?
We have important business to conduct with the speaker.
Okay, but you can schedule it for tomorrow. I'm sure important business. You will get to the top of the list. You can speak to him first thing in the morning.
Do we even need to speak to the speaker? I kind of just inserted us into the chaos because that's what Azathoth does. But, I mean, that's... Do we need to bother ourselves with this right now?
No, I guess not really. I mean, we can deal with this stuff at the end first.
All right. Tomorrow.
Or we can keep going and get more chaos.
Yeah, that is true.
You're bigger than this guy. Show him what's up. And I give you a pat on the back. Or whatever.
So, let me ask you, friend.
And he stands there with his arms crossed, looking dubiously at you.
If we were to open that door and tried to go and speak with the speaker, what exactly would you do about it?
Well, friend, and
Yes.
he's probably almost as tall as you. Of course,
Oh.
you're also wearing plate mail, aren't you?
Yes.
We also have the big cat.
We also have, yeah.
It's the big
I have
cat
a
up near the
Cairo.
front. Is the big cat up near the front with Azathoth?
I'm gonna try to shove him to the front.
He wasn't, but then he just materializes from the crowd.
I'm looking at Cairo here. Is that what you do, Cairo?
I'm sorry, repeat what it is we're doing.
Are you?
Do you
well,
come to the... Go ahead.
We're trying to talk to this tiefling to let us go see the speaker, and he's big and trying to flex on me. But we have two big people, and basically we're asking if you're gonna back me up here. Does Cairo got my back?
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to stand next to him and sort of fold my arms and look intimidating.
I think I'm gonna need some intimidation rolls from you
Well,
guys.
Cairo rolled a 19, and I got a 23.
Okay.
And I've lost his sheet. Where's his sheet? Here's his sheet. And it would be... I'll do a charisma roll to resist. Okay, so... To the surprise of all of the townsfolk around, our good captain says, "I'll see if he can fit you in." And he attempts to open the door just sort of gently and slip into it.
I would certainly put my hand out to catch the now open door so that we can also slip inside.
And inside, let's see. is the speaker.
Is that what he's doing?
Yes, that is actually what he's doing. Is in there, and he looks up and sort of drops the mouse as you know, at the interruption here, and he gets all gruff, and it's like, what? Who are you, and what are you doing?
Before we answer that, I'm going to usher the party into the room and turn around and close the door. Because we actually have no interest in what the crowd is doing.
What the hell is this? And you can hear the chanting outside, bring the speaker out! Bring the speaker out!
Why, hello! Doctor, how you doing, man? Welcome to the stream. Thank you for the 4 months. I think this is the first time I've ever seen
What
you
is
live.
this about?
So, I'll look to him. I'll be like, I think I'd like to know what that's about, as I point to the chanting crowd.
That is an internal town matter and none of your business. I don't recognize you as residents from around here. I think I would know if you were here.
You're right. We're not residents. We're just a group of traveling adventurers, muscle for hire, you could say. We actually just completed a series of jobs over in Tourmaline, and the speaker there had referred us to you. Said you were a reasonable person who would be interested in either hiring people of our skill or in need of some of our help.
And what skill or might that be? What help do I need? Crowd control? Are you experts in crowd control?
You can be.
I might pay you a few silver for that.
Silver.
I guess times must be hard here.
Yes, very difficult. Do you not have the coin to pay a more appropriate wage?
I pay what it is worth to me.
You know, for insulting me like that, I should drag you out of here and throw you to the townsfolk.
I don't fear my people.
Well, you haven't seen them out there. They are
I
demanding
can hear them.
that you come out and talk to them. Why do you hide in here playing with your pets?
I am not hiding. I am on town business, and I have my captain of the town guard delegated to take care of this.
Well, he's
And
doing
he
a
will
great job.
get to it in due course. We're busy. What do you want? In a manner that clearly says, get the hell out of my office.
Yeah,
Without those words.
I'm gonna turn to.
Although this is an actual room. This is like a suite here at the inn.
I'm gonna turn to Pip and not so quietly say, "Right now, I think I'd want to punch him in the face."
Is that like a go ahead? Are you asking me?
Should I? Do you
I'm
want?
busy. Go away. And he turns back to feeding his snakes.
I'll say in regarding sort of across the room, seeing the little cage there, and I'll say in Draconic, where did the dragons come from?
He replies back to you in Draconic. Pets. You've never heard of pets?
Yo, this guy.
Yes, but most people don't usually keep sentient creatures such as dragons as pets, especially not such intelligent creatures.
Wait,
After all, when they get bigger, well, they could be pretty dangerous.
are they dragons or are they pseudo dragons? It's hard to tell from the picture.
They're
How on earth does he keep them alive in this cold?
I don't. They're flying snakes.
Okay. If they're flying snakes, then I wouldn't bother. I'm not interested in flying snakes. They're small small potatoes.
They're small potatoes. They're, pets. Useful for flying messages.
But who would ever make use of them up here in this cold? Surely the reptiles would die, would they not?
Maybe he gives them coats.
Maybe he gives them
Like a
coats.
sock.
So they're in a perfectly nice, warm room. I am feeding them perfectly. Who are you and why do you care about how I tend my pets?
Why are you
don't.
tending your pets at a time like this?
Well,
It keeps the hands busy while my mind is working on other things. What business is it of yours? I do not need to justify myself to you.
I've already
You may
told
leave
you.
my office.
Our business is the business of fixing problems. If you had a problem that weighed heavily on your mind, we could have assisted in that matter. But you've been nothing but rude to us. And I think, no, I won't tell you about the excellent tax plan that the Speaker of Tourmaline asked us to relay to you.
That is town council business that can be taken up later. Right now,
Oh, I understand. He's just a figurehead and nobody respects him. That's why the councillors deal with all of the problems while he sits here playing with his pets. He's one of those poster boys.
Here, I think we should go, fellas. And I walk over to the door, and let's just go ahead and leave. And I fling the door open. There he is, everyone!
he doesn't rise to your bait, Tallies.
Okay.
And then, when the door is open, and with the guard no longer standing there, would the crowd just kind of rush in?
Well, to a certain extent, it seems like they might. However, they actually kind of all pull back a little bit. And there's kind of a hush over the group.
I'm gonna get out of the room before people start heading in.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave as well. I mean, this guy's not talking. There's something weird going on here, though, for sure.
We're leaving. I'll kind of say to a few of the people in the crowd.
Although I think
Clearly, he's not feeding his pets, so I'm sure he's got plenty of time to listen to whatever it is you all have to say. His schedule is wide open.
And they kind of look in bafflement at you, and they do part ways to let you guys leave. It's like, I thought they were bringing the speaker out. Did they bring the speaker out? They're not bringing. Is the speaker coming out? Is he?
well, the door is open.
And you're getting kind of a
Head right
wave
on
of muttering and all that. Well, no, as you get past, Captain Scuff closes the door again.
Jeez. There's something very strange going on here.
There's
you need-
kind of a very confused rumble and a little bit of discontent, and it's starting to get louder and louder, especially as you get further past and you get out to the tavern area.
As a top, I think you should have clarified that they needed to go into the room. To
I
talk
did.
to
I
us,
invited
not just
them in
stand outside.
twice. They didn't dare enter his chambers.
I thought they were bringing them out. I thought it's whispering and muttering, and it's getting kind of louder, and there's a confused muddle going on. So you've reached.
Tallies will
Go
turn
ahead.
to the party. It seems like everybody in this town is simple. I mean, we go to the leader and he's sat playing with his pets while there's a riot going on outside of his doors. Seems totally uninterested. And then when the door is open and the people who are outside rioting can finally go and talk to their leader, they stand around muttering, saying, "I thought they were bringing him out. The door's open. Why didn't they just walk in?" I'll never understand the simple-minded folk of these
There's
small
a
boondocks.
man near to you gets really huffy and says, Who are you to criticize how we do things in our town? What are you even doing here? And the people around you are starting to get
Somebody
pretty
that
darn
takes-
hostile
Yeah,
toward
somebody who
you.
somebody who takes action when he has a problem to deal with instead of sitting on his thumbs hoping that somebody else will fix it for them.
The guy throws a swing at you. I thought it'd be entertaining. I know I've got a commoner here somewhere. Anyway, so the one nearest person takes a swing at you. There you go.
Yeah.
Oh my God, is he-
A 17 would hit, except I use shield.
Yep.
So his fist collides with a wall of force, and you'll see a shimmering blade of psychic energy appear in my hand.
Okay, the riot's on. So this is erupting into, and people are shoving and pushing and going at you, and fists are starting to fly, and it's oddly amplified here in this narrow corridor of space.
Landar pushes Pip in deeper into the riot.
Wait, no, I'm not ready yet. I'm gonna fight against him.
Okay, so give me a roll if you're fighting against them. And there's pushing and shoving and fists flying, and people are starting to shout, and the town guard is now the guard captain is now starting to shout and try and get people's attention, and some other guards that were sitting out in the tavern area have stood up and are starting to come in towards the area. And what are you guys doing?
So if the guy... Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's all right. I was just gonna say, me currently, I'm looking for Garrett and Perilou. I have no interest in the squabbles of the townsfolk.
Pip is trying to exit the building against Landar's efforts.
No.
I think I could.
You must learn to throw a punch. Come on. And Landar is pushing him further in, and we're just pushing back and forth at this point, I guess.
Okay, so that's what those two are doing, and Azathoth's heading into the tavern proper to look for Garrett.
Yep.
What are others doing? Andwise?
Well, considering Azathoth is a huge giant compared to me, I'm just going to follow him because he can clear the path for me nice and easy into the tavern.
Okay. And you take some shoving, you get shoved once as you go by and all. How about you, Kyra? What are you doing?
I'm going to try not to get involved, unless, of course, somebody's foolish enough to attack me.
I think if someone sees the giant
Yes,
cat,
you do get a stray punch. So, as you walk by, you get a punch from a commoner.
and now
Oh,
he's-
that's kind of smart.
Oh, no, you don't even notice that it misses so badly.
Okay, I'm simply going to turn and give a death glare to the person who tried to do it.
And he shrinks back in terror and turns and bumps into someone else who shoves at him and punches that, and then it goes off onto their squabble there. Azathoth, as you walk into the tavern area and you sort of look around, the areas, particularly the areas closer, are getting some curious stares as you know, people are kind of looking, sort of half standing up from their tables, trying to see what all the ruckus is about. You find Garrett and another gentleman over at a back table, and they appear to be trying to ignore the fracas that's going on and within their own conversation.
So then I would just walk up, right? And I'm just going to raise my hand way over my head, and then I'm just going to bring it down, smack, onto the table in front of him so that it creates a loud bang, and it definitely gets their attention.
And they turn and look at you, and you know, a bit of surprise, and then after a moment of looking blankly, Garrett, yes, Keegan, this is who I was telling you about that rescued us, and you made it to Targos. That's terrific.
Pay me.
Let's. Of course, I don't have it on me. We need to go to. If you come with me to my home.
Grab him by the
Keegan,
collar of the shirt and pull him out of his chair.
Excuse me, we need to settle our bill here first. Keegan, you want to take care of that? And it's like, and Keegan is sort of looking at. Are you gonna be okay? Should I do something? It's like, don't bring that out. No. And so you sort of hustle him out. Now, as you're starting to head out towards the entrance, the brawl in the hallway has kind of got out, and it's going to be a bit to get to the path. But about this time, Cairo has managed to make it through, and so he kind of meets you about there where you're trying to go out. Andwise, I assume, has already been sort of following you around, and so is already out in the tavern area. Tallies, where are you?
So Tallies is still at the point where the guy tried to punch him, and he used his reaction to shield. He's gonna go ahead and use a bonus action to cast Shadow Blade, and then he's gonna hit him with it, but striking to knock him unconscious. The damage being psychic won't leave any physical marks on him, but yeah. And anybody that tries to hit him, he's going to just retaliate with that.
You have your Shadow Blade flavored?
At the minute, it's currently it is just doing psychic damage. It's just like sort of a shimmering, translucent blade that seems to just extend from his arm.
Okay.
And all right.
He drops.
Okay, and yeah, he's just going to do that. The guy just drops, falls unconscious, and anybody else that tries to attack him gets the same thing as he's making his way through. If it looks like there are a couple of people coming at him, he's just going to drop a web on the ground and pin them all to the floor.
Okay, so Tallies is definitely plowing his way down the hallway to join up. Pip and Landar.
Landar's still pushing me.
Yep.
You know what? Pip's gonna get fed up with this. Pip's gonna turn around, look at you, and all of a sudden he takes kind of one step back, so you think he's giving up a little, and he is just like a goat. Just gonna ram head first into you, like just a headbutt. And yeah.
And what are you doing as reaction, Landar?
I think he's getting headbutted.
Well, I guess, yeah, probably not. He's probably stepping aside and letting Pip just barrel his way out of the hallway.
Into a commoner. Way to go, Pip.
Oh my gosh, I just headbutted some random person.
Sidestep real quick and wham!
That worked well.
Did I hit something?
Yeah, you ran into a group of 3 commoners that kind of tumbled sort of out of your way, and you've got a little bit of a clear way ahead of you, surprisingly enough, with Landar just relaxedly strolling through. You've made.
Landar's just like, huzzah! You did it! And we help him up and get him out of there.
Okay. So Azathoth, you've got Garrett by the collar.
Yep, and he says he needs to get his money. So even though I'm like guiding him through the streets, he's telling me where to go.
Yes, he is.
And the whole time I'm muttering, "This town is insane. This whole place, everyone's rude."
And this whole while, Garrett's sort of thinking mentally, "These people are insane. This guy is rude." Okay, so he leads you to a modest dwelling. There, he says, "Just a second," and he takes out a key and unlocks it. He says, "Just wait here for 30 seconds." and he steps in.
Except he doesn't. I'm still holding his collar. So he tries to walk in and just...
Okay, fine. Into the front parlor here.
Okay.
He goes in, and he goes to a safe and unlocks it, pulls it out. I had this set aside for you. I was prepared. And he pulls out a bag and hands it to you. This is both mine and Perilou's portion. There. We're done now, right?
Count it.
He hands you the bag. There are 30 gold pieces there.
And another card.
No.
Seriously?
No.
That's like,
I really...
oh gosh, I'm going to strangle you. No, I'm not.
Well, no, that probably would be the best, because then, I mean, what's the chance of not dying twice in a row? So, alright, so I'm going to take the bag, and then I finally let go of him, and then as we exit his house, I've already started splitting up the coins.
Okay. At least this one divides by 6.
Yeah. So counting it out, it's 30. He already counted it, so it's 5 gold pieces each.
Yep. And it is exactly that much. There's no shortage or extra or anything. Double checking stream chat. Is there anything extra in the bag? Nope, I don't see anything extra in the bag.
The paranoia extreme now. Terran's usually good for like 1 every other week or so. I don't think he's gonna mess with us again today.
Thank you, Terran. All right, so
Asatoth, you do realize the rest of the party is still back at the bar. If he didn't have the payment, that's actually 15 apiece.
You know, that is a very good point that you make, but I do have a code. Although I could freely disseminate from others, you guys are my tribe now, and I don't steal from my tribe.
It was just a thought.
Yes, I know. And I hand him his share.
and so the others that were out there, a gentleman who was sharp enough to notice that you were with that guy that abducted Garrett. He says, "You're with the party with Garrett? Yeah, you look like the people he described to me. They went out this way," and he kind of guides you out into the streets, and so you guys actually meet up with Azathoth returning back. Azathoth and Andois returning back. At this point, it is it's pretty dark out, because darkness comes pretty early. It's, maybe 6-ish, 7-ish in the evening.
So,
You guys want to go back to the Luskin Arms and ask for her?
I mean,
I don't see why not.
yeah. I don't think we have any other leads here, especially since, the speaker didn't want to hear us.
So, are you going back to the Luskin Arms, or are you going to ask somebody for directions to someplace else, or?
Well, the Luskin is where the riot is. So
Yes, it is.
Why don't we go to the Three Flags Sailing? And
Okay.
if anything, we can avoid the kerfuffle at the Luskin, and then we can talk to some people who might be sensible enough to talk to us. And if not, we can find a room, rest, and get the hell out of this town.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
And coming up. All right, so heading down towards the docks, coming up to the Three Flags Sailing. This is, even from the outside, looking at the carvings and the size of the building and the condition of the building, you can tell that this is, and given who's coming in and out, this is where the local fishermen hang out. And it doesn't look like it's big enough to have accommodations. You come in, there's quite a few people there looking kind of morose. Some of them have got ice cutting gear and all that sort of next to them, and they look very weary. It's doing fairly bustling business. It's warm and cheerful. There's a nice gray-haired lady kind of over who seems to be doing the serving and talking to people, and she, at least from a distance, seems nice.
Is there table space to accommodate us?
There is. I mean, it's pretty full, but it's not utterly packed. You hear a few mutterings from the side of, it's pretty subdued in here. People look kind of tired. But you do overhear a couple people saying something about, I saw a bunch of people gathering over at the Luskin Arms. I don't know what they're up to. And another one saying, oh, Lord, and it's probably going to be bad for us, whatever. And they kind of go back to their big bowls of stew. So as you head over to a vacant table that looks large enough to seat all 6 of you, the woman comes up and smiles and greets you. Hello, how are you? Welcome to the Three Flags Sailing. I don't recognize you. Can I get you something? We've got a good stew tonight.
What's in the stew?
In the stew?
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's see. There is some of the trout, and there are some potatoes and carrots.
Say no more.
From
those are 3 of my favorite foods. Why don't you bring me the stew and a container of salt?
A container of salt.
Do you have salt?
Of course we have salt. What can I get for you, gentlemen? As she looks to the others.
I'll have the same.
Yeah, I'll have some of the stew as well as some ale.
Ale. Excellent.
Ah, yes.
And for you, gentlemen?
Ale. Lots of it.
I shall go get some for you right away. And, she gestures to the table, lets you get settled in, and she goes off and shortly comes back with a kind of young guy helping her to carry stuff. We've got, to make things simple, she brought a bunch of big bowls and she brought a pot of the stew to ladle it all in.
Very, very good.
And,
Pay the lady.
And the boy is carrying a bunch of the mugs by the handles and all, and setting it down for all. Does this look okay? Anything else I can get for you, gentlemen? Jeremy, thank you. That'll be enough.
No, this will be great. Pip, don't forget to tip.
Oh, you're asking. Oh, and Pip's gonna quickly fumble through his things.
Yes, get your purse. Pay the lady.
How much was it?
Let's see. For the 6 of you.
Before you count it out, put another round of ale on the tab too.
Oh well,
15 silver.
Is that including the ale?
That is including the ale, yes.
I forget how cheap ale is here. Make that 2 rounds.
Wait, no.
Yes, tonight we drink.
I'm sorry, I do need to ration you a little bit. We've been a little short on stores of ale lately, but I'm.
You what?
I'm just gonna hand her 2 gold. The rest is.
We will get you the extra round of ale.
That's
absolutely.
Right.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Wait, could I have some bread too?
Absolutely, young sir. We certainly can get you some bread too.
You just paid like 1,000% of the bill. Like I'm pretty sure
Only
they'll
3
get us
times.
anything we want.
Okay. So there is sort of some quiet conversation going around, but
So
You do notice, as she goes by, one of the one of the guys sort of calls out to her, and she responds in what seems like a very maternal way, considering you've got this grizzled old fisher, and she's, oh yes, of course, dear, I'll get that right for you.
I'm gonna wait for her to return with the third, fourth round, whatever number we are currently on, and when she comes back, she's gonna, hey. So,
she's found a couple of pictures, a couple of that she's bringing out for you.
So, what's up with this place? Like, what's going on?
Sorry?
It's like...
It's dinner time. What? I don't know what you mean.
I mean, what's up with this place?
Well, folk are tired after a long day fishing and just, want some food before they head home.
No, not this place, like the bar. I mean, like this, this place.
Well, it's been winter here for 2 years, and we're getting tired, and we're at wit's end. People are despairing.
So,
you obviously haven't been here very long in 10 towns. It hasn't ground you down yet.
Huh. There's worse things than snowshine.
Well, but crops don't grow. We're having difficulty getting, there are fewer caravans, and there's difficulty getting shipments of stuff in. Ships aren't managing to make it in through, through the ice sea, and it's just...
Yeah, it sucks.
We're running short of provisions. We're running short of everything.
Yeah, that's heavy. Yep.
And there's no end in sight.
Yeah, and what's with the speaker? Like, what's up with that guy?
The speaker?
Yeah.
What do you mean, what's up with it? Speaker Nerith is a little arrogant.
Yeah.
Well, he's a lot arrogant, but...
There's a huge crowd of people outside of his office clamoring to speak with him, and he's sat in his office feeding his pets.
Well...
He doesn't appear to be doing his job.
The time of sacrifice is coming up again. The last 3 months or so, it's been kind of increasing. What's he to do unless he's got somebody comes up with something to get rid of this winter, and I don't know. I hear rumors of people trying things. I hear rumors of an old hermit trying to make a device that'll turn it. I've heard I had one young woman in here a 10 day or so ago thinking that elementals might be able to turn the weather around. I had, I've heard everything from dragons to...
We, people of the mountain, we know what to do. Uh-huh.
Tell us what to do.
Well, it's simple. Oral caused the winter, yeah? All we gotta do
Presumably.
is kill God. That's it. We just kill God, and then it'll be gone. Sunshine.
Yeah, of course, that's all that needs to be done. And I suppose you're gonna go do that.
Yep, I could.
Precisely.
I could kill God so hard. I'm very good.
I'm gonna kind of side eye as it's off, and then push the ale away from
This
me.
is really good ale, by the way. I haven't had ale like this in a long time.
You can have mine, buddy, and I'll give it to him.
More power to you, friends. If you pull that off, I think all of Icewind Dale will sing your praises.
Well, I mean, Honestly, though, like, okay, like, for real, has anybody tried talking to her?
Talking to her.
Yeah. But not like, like praying, I mean, like, or like, okay, like the gods are people, right? And we know Oral is somewhere in the Dale. So, like,
Yes, but she's known to not have care or consideration for anyone. Why would she listen to anyone? I mean, she might listen to Umberly. I gather they've had a squabble, but are you Umberly's peer?
no. But, just like everything else, there's always a price. I say we talk to Oral, find out what Oral want, and then we do that thing, and then maybe she'd be cool. Or we kill her.
I'm gonna kind of lean over to Azathoth. So where do we find Oral?
I don't know. I'm just the idea man. You're the ones that are supposed to work out the details.
I mean, it's said she lives on an island hidden among the bergs in the Sea of Moving Ice.
There we go. See, it's simple.
Do you want to go searching the Sea of Moving Ice?
Do you think it'd be hard?
How would you find it? And this conversation has gathered the attention of a few other people close by. Someone speaks up and says, well, there's that whale. There's that whale that swims the waters. I'm sure it knows where the island is.
Yep, the whale. That's the what whale?
Well, I mean, there's a whale out there. He's got this boat on its back, and he swims through the waters. He appears sometimes over by Ankadrik's Bell. I mean, it's an old wrecked anchorage. It's kind of frozen in, but I mean, there is some moving water around there, as frozen in as the whole sea is.
There you go. We're gonna go to the bell. What'd you call it? Can you?
Ankadrik's Bell.
I need you to spell that. Angajuk, Angajuk.
Ankadrik's Spell.
Yeah.
Chat.
Yep. No, I wrote it down. It's right here. Angry Elk Spell. Got it.
Up on it, and you're getting more interest as people are kind of coming in. It's like, are you really gonna go there? Do you think?
Yeah. Let's. I'll tell you what. We'll need coin to fund such an expedition because it's gonna be long and dangerous, and we need like food and a boat and here, and I'm just kind of like,
oh well.
I'm
And
just gonna
crewmates. We need crewmates.
open a bag and set it on the table. You just put coins in there, and then we'll see where it goes.
Do we need crewmates? Wait, why are we discussing this?
Because we have a crowd.
You've got people around. It's like, well, I don't know who would have coin. I could, I've got some provisions I could possibly share. And someone else said, I got a cousin with a cart that could help get you up to the bell.
Yup, that'll work. Yep, there we go. Okay. All right, so no coins. Instead, counteroffer. You find people here. We'll need someone to put us up for the night, and we'll need people to buy us ale and food to fill our bellies before we go. And then your cart with the cousin, they can take us out to the Angry Elk Bell, and we're gonna look for the thing.
I'm starting to look a little bit eager and a little bit excited, and they pull out a map, and where are you guys? You guys are down here on Targos. And I'm gonna move you to the Icewind Dale map,
Ooh.
and I'm gonna consult my map that has markings on it.
I don't know how this turned into us scamming the town for food and drink and lodgings.
And so there's they put a mark up here on the, I'm probably on the wrong layer for you to see that. Can you see this?
Yes, we can.
Mark on the map. I know you can. Can everybody
No, you're
else
pinging it.
see the
Yes.
mark?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, good. There's a little mark on the map. It's like there's it's kind of a stone sort of. It's like it's probably a natural formation. It's a rock formation that makes kind of an archway, and all being by the tidal waters. It's got some pretty rough tides under it. But there's a bell hanging in the top of that, and you ring that thing, and the whale Angajuk, if he hears it, usually can come and check. Well, usually nobody ever summons him, but they could come and he could check it out. And
That is so far.
and someone else says, "Hey, there's that old stone cabin. There's an old stone cabin there that's off by the shore there too. So if it takes them a while to respond, you can wait there."
All right.
Well, it's been pretty iced in. It's been pretty iced in. I mean, have any of us been up to the sea lately? It's like, well, not really. I mean, it's not going to be probably any more or less frozen than than 6 months ago. I mean, it's not like the weather changes around here. Well, yeah, okay, you're right about that.
Doesn't seem like there's much of a trail that way, but we should still investigate. I like this idea.
Yeah, I mean, there might have been a trail once, but yeah, no, there's I mean, there's not even really a trail to Bremen anymore, and this thing's way out past Bremen.
It's all right. They're going to give us a cart to help get us out there. Yep.
And suddenly these guys aren't seeming quite as tired as they were. It's like they've got some energy in them.
All right. Well, let's drink and eat. We're gonna go to the thing. Yeah. Cheers.
So we've
right.
I'm gonna wave around my empty mug.
cheers on the party. There's a pitcher right there, and Nick, your empty mug gets filled.
As we keep hyping up this party and start trying to really start raging, I'm gonna break out the filkafish and start introducing my Goliath goods to the locals. Look, you eat the fish and then you drink the ale. You gotta do it in that order. The salt is good.
Oh, that's right. You had asked for salt, and she would have. She runs and fetches it.
Someone give me their boot.
Okay, so
There's
a party going on. Yeah.
as we're sitting around and we're talking about heading over to the sea of moving ice, Tallies will kind of speak up and say, "So, sure, yeah, we can go do that. Are we still gonna potentially investigate this signal that seems to be coming from the south?"
So
Or are
as
we
talk
gonna
gets
hold off
really
on that for a while?
Silent
really somber.
signal from the south.
His voice.
Who says that? Who asks?
It was Pip.
Just
Oh, Pip.
Oh, I thought the DM
I
was
thought,
just asking.
I thought Karis was asking.
oh yeah, one of the people. Yeah, one of the people. Did you say signal from the south?
Nope. Not talking about that. Here, Tallies, eat this. And I start shoving a fish at him.
And Landar speaks up, is like, yeah, some sort of nautiloid, and looking curiously at the crowd to see if anybody understands that word.
Nautiloid. I heard of a nautilus shell. Nautiloid. I don't know, but have you been hearing something?
In a strange language, yes. like a repeating phrase.
Nars was saying something like that. Nars was somebody go get Nars. It's like there was somebody who was saying he was practically giving him a headache. He's been saying for I don't know, probably the past week. I think he's been complaining about hearing something voice over and over and over again.
And who's this Nars?
He's one of our shipwrights. I mean, he's kind of a grump. He complains about everything, and we just thought he was getting like tinnitus in the ears or something like that. But he said it sounded like someone. It sounded like somebody talking, except he didn't understand it. And because it's gonna, I mean, they'll have to go fetch him. He lives just like a block down. And so, I mean, Casca there will go find them and bring him here. What did it sound like? Did it sound like sort of a scratchy, gooey sort of thing? Is what he called it.
Sounds about right.
We thought he was just being daft. You mean that's a real thing?
Be interesting to hear what he has to say about it. Did he? Do you know if he ever went to investigate it?
I don't think so.
We're
Investigate what? What would you investigate? If it's
Well, I mean,
voices in his head.
if he hears it coming from a direction, would he not follow the direction to find out where it's coming from?
I don't know.
No, I suppose that wouldn't occur to people in this town.
And after a few minutes, someone is coming back, sort of ushering in this tall, heavy-set man, heavy beard. His face is almost as furry as the coat and hood and everything around him. He sort of comes in and stomps his feet. He comes in. I was like, "What? What's this?" Like, his voice is chiming from around. Nars, somebody else is hearing that thing you said you heard. And it's like, what?
It's like a signal in your head. It seems to be coming from the south, and I kind of repeat, like, sort of, even though I don't speak the language. I mean, I've heard it well enough, and with my linguistic skills, I can't imagine that I couldn't perfectly recite everything that it says.
And you've been hearing it on repeat for hours and hours now. Yeah, that's it. You're hearing it too?
Yes.
Where can we find this Nars?
This is who's talking to you. He's this large, tall, heavy-set, shaggy man is talking.
When did you start hearing
it? It has been driving me crazy. A week ago.
Is there anything that you did that seemed to trigger it, or anything that you did beforehand that may be responsible?
No, I mean there was a big blizzard, big storm that was, shook all the buildings and was noisy and everything, but no, I don't know of anything that it's just, it suddenly started and it's been driving me crazy.
And
if I didn't ache so much, I would go to try and find it just to get the bloody thing to stop.
And this may be a little out there, but you don't have any special sort of abilities like magic, to spellcaster or anything.
People say I've got a feel for the ships. I'm a shipwright, and I do really good work, and people say I do really good work, but I've got a feel for wood, but no, I don't think it's magic. Is that magic?
Likely not. Why have you never gone to investigate it if you kind of have a feeling where the direction is?
Well,
I mean, if it's been going on for weeks.
I mean, I walked to Bryn Shander and it didn't sound like it was getting any closer, and I've got severe arthritis, and I don't think I can.
I see.
And nobody believed me anyway, so I thought I was going insane.
And you didn't happen to find anything before the voice started or anything?
No.
where were you at the time?
I was eating supper with my wife and daughter. It started off kind of faint at first and kind of shaky, and then it kind of sort of stabilized, but it just kept going on and on. And I mean, I haven't even, I can't sleep. I haven't hardly slept in a week, and he does look pretty haggard. I mean, I would offer just about anything I have if someone could go and turn the thing off.
I'm sorry, what was that? I was nodding off a bit, but then I thought I heard you say you'd offer everything you have?
Almost anything I have. I mean, except for the roof over my family's head.
Not anything. Everything.
I can scrape up 100 gold.
Guys, that's a bigger payday than anything else we've gotten so far.
Yeah, and if it gets rid of this this repeating voice, it's certainly worth investigating.
All right, there, Ned. I think we got you.
Someone else says, but what about going to Ariel and getting rid of the winter and going to the whale?
Oh,
and
yeah.
And Angajuk's bell.
We're still doing that.
To properly do that, we need our entire party at full capacity with one of our characters down because of these voices in their heads. We have to take care of that so we can all be at full capacity.
That's true.
Others are starting to sort of nod, and it's like, well, and we should put out a call among folks and gather stuff up to support you guys doing this.
Yeah. Yep. More supplies and money. Money is good, and we'll be tip top, ready to go.
Do y'all have a place to stay tonight? I can offer you. It's getting late in the evening. I can offer you lodging for the night. I have a spare room.
That sounds great.
Yes, sleep would be much appreciated.
Not that I'll get very much, but you'd be welcome as it is. And the others are sort of gathering around, and you hear other offers of spare rooms if there isn't enough room in that. And it's like, well, are there more of you than the 6 I see? I think you could fit in my spare room.
Just the 6 of us.
Because I delivered a boat not long ago, and so I've got some space at the moment.
That'll do.
Okay. So the party kind of wraps up on sort of a somber note, and then Nars will take you to his house for the night, and I think we shall see what happens next week.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for coming and hanging out. I appreciate you being here. If you enjoyed the session, make sure you hit that follow button. If you haven't already, join us in Discord. That's where you need to be if you want to get involved in playing a game yourself. And if you enjoyed the stream and you like seeing us play games, come back tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern for the Lost Mines of Phandelver. It's going to be a lot of fun. So I will see you all tomorrow.